Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of that Terry's Move. Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and Dolo here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And, you know, this is about to be a quick short video because, you know, I was in a conversation with, one of my friends' mother and her sister. And things of that nature. And this is like church going people, like things of that nature. But, you know what I'm saying, they like to be in their kids' life at times. So they, you know, they like to have, you know, living room type conversations and things of that nature. So, you know, in the middle of this conversation, it made me realize how so simple things could be, but at the same time so lost and so dumb people could be. Now, no means necessary I'm calling my friends, my friend mother and aunt stupid or anything of that nature, but it just raised a couple questions to me and things of that nature, because they claim they God fearing. Before you walk in their house, they got all this Christian stuff and things of that nature, and they go to church and you know, in the middle of our conversation, you know, I am who I am wherever I'm at. So, you know, I'm going off the back, tell you what I am and what I'm about. So, in the middle of certain conversations we was having, they slightly threw out the gesture or threw out the wording of astrology is devil like, or it's for devils, or we're not supposed to pay attention. It's like their whole way of coming at the conversation was more like, these are things we're not supposed to know about, and things of that nature, and this is devil-like, and this is people utilizing things of that nature, and this is not something people are supposed to be into. It's witchcraft. It's like it's evil or something like that, and it just made me think, like, how can, like, it just made me realize how simple people are, because I had to raise certain questions, like, well, if that's the case, why you shouldn't look at it like that. And the reason you look at it like that, you shouldn't be blaming people or get mad at people. You should get more mad or blame yourself or blame your religion before you cast them stones. Because you have to look at it like this. I had to say things like, and you ever get that feeling when you start to get so consciously aware, you start to feel and sound like you're talking down on someone. And when you're doing that to someone who's twice your age, twice or triple your age, it makes you feel like you're being disrespectful. But I done been in this realm of reality so much that I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like I am consciously older than a lot of people that's here, no matter what age group they are. They can be 90 years old. But sometimes I don't like that energy being in the room when you know the circumstances and situations is, okay, you with your friend and you're talking to his mother and aunt, but I mean, hey, as an Archangel Uriel, sometimes you have to do what it do. So, you know what I'm saying? I start to raise questions like, okay, well, why do you celebrate, or why do you consider your birthday then? Then I listen to them, how they even look at their birthday and things of that nature. And so I had to raise a question. I'm like, well, you know for a fact that, well, you may not know for a fact, but you know that your birthday is based on a 360 revolution that the sun made. So the day you're born, your birthday, what your birthday actually means is where the sun was at when you was born, what location in the sky the sun was in when you was born. And every year is when it do a full 360 and it return back to that location that it was at in space when you was born. So if you celebrate your birthday, you celebrate some form of astrology. So is your birthday evil? You know what I'm saying? So then when you listen to that, them break down whatever like that, they sit there and understand what you're saying. At the same time, still hold on to their belief. And it's like, then how can you just understand what I'm saying and still make an excuse to still think how you're thinking? So then I had to flip it like this. Well, I'm pretty sure every Sunday y'all get up to go to church. Y'all gotta know the time for it to be every Sunday. Now, time really ain't a thing of time. Time really is distance between location and the other location. So Sunday is really like a location of space. So once I broke this down to them and everything of that nature, and I was like, Sunday is really a location of space. It's really a location or on the spin cycle of Earth, when Earth is rotating, is really a location or a spot that's specific. It's a specific location that Earth rotates in, and when Earth goes back to that location, that energy and vibration appears to be Sunday. Now, you look at this as time. So as time, right? You need to know the time, but if your religion so-called force you to look at astrology as evil, was time evil? Because for you to even know what time it is, for you to know it's time to go to church, you need to know the time. So is that evil? So, but in my way, I was just starting to break down how what they do is evil to their own religion in general. But it raised a bunch of other questions like these, where I didn't even have to do that. You don't even have to argue someone's oversoul or religion to the point that you can just sit here and break down the obvious shit in your face. So then I had to break that down and things of that nature. But then this what I did get a little ignorant a little bit, because I started getting into things where I started to flip it, because as a little bit of Aries energy start to feel opposed a little bit, so you got to push that out a little bit. So I'm like, how can you look at or try to, because see, they're not, this is a common talk, but I know the energy forces that's in the room. I know his mom and his aunt is probably looking at him like, oh, he hangs around him, so, and he's coming to us talking about he got a friend that's into all this, and this friend might try to get him into evil stuff and dark stuff, and these are the outlooks, and those type of clouds and vibrations don't even have to be in my aura. I don't even if it wasn't coming to that, I know it will get to that based upon certain conversations, certain energy forces that was going on, based upon their religion that they follow. Already know that it's going to come to that conclusion that they oversoul going to point them into that direction anyway to start feeling like that. So as Archangel Uriel, I'm fighting all these forces before any of these forces even come to 3D. You know what I'm saying? So then I had to flip it. You know what I'm saying? This one you have to flip the pancake a little bit. Put some of that evil pressure on them a little bit. So this is what I did. I was like, well, and then I did it from my own testimony. I did it real slick. I was like, well, for me, I felt like I experienced some stuff I shouldn't have experienced in the church. Because when I was coming up in the church, every first Sunday, the pastor and everybody in the church was doing spells and rituals, and me as a kid, for some reason I felt my spirit like I made it disattachable. So I made it like I did my mission as putting some of the negative energy back on they shit by doing this, but I split it in two by adding my own testimony and adding my own emotional feeling to make it feel like this was something I realized something. So to an adult, that ease off a little bit of, oh, this child just doing some devil stuff. It make it more like relatable to an adult. Adult will be like more compensating. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, especially for religious adults. So I was just playing on their shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Playing on their, but listen, I was like, yeah, shit, man, I never forgave the people who was taking me to church and my mother, because like it made me feel a certain way, because every first Sunday, I always knew it even as a kid, because I used to watch a bunch of supernatural shows, and I used to sit back and wonder in church, why every first Sunday we're doing rituals and things of that nature and casting spells of eating the flesh and drinking blood. And then how we carry out this ritual was we had to eat a piece of cracker and drink some grape juice and say it was the blood and flesh of Jesus. And I used to think to myself, like, hold on. How come when I'm telling my grandmother and my mom and stuff that when I'm watching vampire shows and stuff like that, that's evil? Well, how come when we go into church and we doing the same thing, but y'all making excuses that ain't evil? So I've been asking these questions, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking in my head like, hold on, something ain't right. And then me being into a little bit of supernatural and stuff like that, I used to talk like that as a kid. So I used to be like, nah, something ain't right with my spirit. I shouldn't have done that. I used to play around and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? And make it seem like it was their fault for making me go through that. or do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm pouring all this out to my dude's mom and aunt. So as I'm pouring out, and then I'm making it a sob story too. Like, yeah, I ain't feel right. I always felt that was negative and evil. Then they had the nerve to make an excuse, say, well, everybody don't have to participate on that on every first Sunday. I don't know who was making you participate, but you don't really have to do that. You don't even really have to get baptized. You don't really. Then they just start going through all these pick and chooses what you can and what you can't do. Like they hold some power and authority over that Bible and made it seem like it was the right thing. And I know in their head that was their way of making me feel like, oh, he had parents or he got someone in his life who made him look at this religion wrong. So it's our duty and obligation to make him feel comfortable like that wasn't wrong stuff. So let's make him feel like, okay, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to experience that. There's some, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know I'm March Ariel. My mind already know what's going on. I already know the energetic forces. I already know what they spirit don't know. That's even making them even come at me in that way now. So it's like, oh, is this serious? So it made me come back and just think like, oh, this is phony. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is low key phony. You know what I'm saying? But it just made me realize how it really made me realize how lost people are, how lost and controlled people are. That's really and then how you could think. It's like you could be on the wrong side of energy. Like you could really be on the wrong side of energy. And it's a difference between universal laws and man-made laws. This is why you need an esoteric lawyer, and you need to know how to not agree to certain terms and conditions, and know how to abide by and know rules of engagement when you're dealing with the Galactic Federation of Light, or when you're dealing with any other astral being out here. Because being on the wrong side of energy is like, see, from a universal law aspect, when you're on the right side of energy, you could do something that may appear to be negative in this dimension. But if you was on the right side of energy, universal law wise, it'll play out in this dimension in some way, shape, or form as you getting out of it. You know what I'm saying? Of you getting out of whatever you done. So universal law is powerful. You got to understand that. And being on the wrong side of energy, it's like you could be on the wrong side of energy when you're pulsating your mass, your space, your movement through the astral travel into cosmic waves that doesn't involve your elemental energies. That's when you're on the wrong side of the energy. You're trying to go against a tide, go against a wave that your cosmic flow ain't even acceptable in. So that's being on the wrong side of energy. That's almost like a person who keep being in energies and vibrations that they don't supposed to be in. And you don't want no stagnated energy also, because that's being in one spot. But at the same time, when you talk about being on the wrong side of energy, it doesn't matter where you're traveling. You will always seem opposed to where you're traveling. So you're always stepping on people's toes, running into other shit, getting into other circumstances and situations and obstacles because you're on the wrong side of energy. It's important not to be on the wrong. I don't care how much love you may get or how much love you may receive. If you're on the wrong side of energy, none of that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? You'll get your motherfucking star depacicated and dissipated and shit, and damaged and turned back into straight hydrogen and helium, motherfucker. See, the higher the vessel, the less elements you need to correlate. You in the third dimension, so you need hydrogen, helium, but you need those in lesser shape forms. You need those mixtures. Everything is mixed. Everything is coming together. That's how you here. You wouldn't be here without no mixture. But you just need to understand that everything is frequency, vibration, and energy. And you could be on the wrong side of energy with your frequency vibration. And regardless of how much love and light you're receiving and getting how lit you is, where you think all your slang come from? And I'm tired of this shit too. Because this is another conflation. You'll get some simple-minded 3D ass motherfucker who know all the trans cosmic waves and slangs in the world, right? But you will tell them about some cosmic astro shit, right? And they'll look at you like you pseudo and you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like, oh nah, that shit don't make sense. That shit out there. But the slang that they using come from that realm. Where you think all the slang you get come from? I don't care. You go back from all the way when something's being live, something's being lit. A star is born. Oh shit, we about to make it through this. Oh, we on top. Oh, we shine the brightest. All this shit is slang from where I'm from. That's where you get the slang from. So it tripped me out that you get a cosmic being from where I'm from in these high dimensions coming down here on the third dimension, and here y'all use our kind of slang. When we use that slang, we use that shit literally. When you down here, y'all use that slang and then make it seem like when I'm coming down here telling y'all where that shit come from, y'all look at me like I'm crazy. Like, oh no, it's just slang. You don't know what you talk about, man. That shit don't exist. Nigga, where the fuck you think you can't come up with a word that don't have nothing to do with that shit. That's how you know that's where that shit going. That's how you know what that shit is. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know that's where the fuck I'm from. Because you can't come up with, just like it'd be the same words the same way now. You know what I'm saying? Same way back then, whatever you had now, it's whatever word it is now is lit. But it's the same shit. It correlates to something shining bright. So as you a fucking astro in an astral plane as a motherfucking star, the more this is how you shine. We know everything is frequency, vibration, and energy. So this is how you make your light shine, right? The frequency is the location you in. So that's like your idea, the space within the space, the sense of direction where it's actually going. Your ability to move where you're going is based upon your vibration, your time, your soul, your experience. When your spirit goes within the realm of reality, it becomes a soul. So when you got an idea, right? And then you put emotions and feelings behind it. That frequency, that idea, that thought, your spirit, right? So as you put emotions and feelings to it, it becomes a soul. It takes shape and form. And the more emotions and feelings you put into it, the more it vibrates. So that what emits the shine. You see the energy from it. You see what matters from it. You see the flicker from it. The frequency is vibrating. That's what makes it shine. Now, the bigger the light can be is your conscious awareness. So that's how much traveling you did. So say you got an idea, whether that frequency idea is vibrating high or low, that's what location you at. You got high ideas, low ideas, right? Your ability to move through that line of events or that to experience those timelines is the emotions and feelings. You can vibrate high or low on that too. And that's going to tell you how fast or how slow you going through that motherfucker. Now, the spaces that you go through, everything is space within space. That's why you got certain planets here. So each space carry a different frequency vibration, aka got different sources of information in it, different sources of light, different sources of energy in it. So cosmic dust, particles, and shit like that. And that just plays out as circumstances, situations, and experiences. So the more you travel, aka your light, it just looks like it's more experienced. So the more experiences you went through, the more attraction you gain, more mass. So the stuff is like particles and shit that are attached to you. The astral dust that are attached to your star to let other stars know what you have been through. So they know what circumstances and situations you have went through to gather those kind of shit that you then gathered up to get mass and light and shit like that. And that's how you start to gather. It's like a snowball effect. That's how you start to gather your light to get bigger and bigger and shine brighter and brighter. AKA, in this realm of reality, it played out as you went through a lot of experiences. You know a lot. You're consciously aware of a lot. You see what I'm saying? So it's a big mass is what this motherfucking traveling. And then your ability to gain your own rotation, gain followers, shine bright enough, and motherfucking the more lit you can be, the more attention you will get. More attention people will pay to you, because when you coming through the different spaces, you're bright enough to be seen by more. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. But that's the shit. You can be on the wrong motherfucking side of energy also. So keep that in motherfucking mind, you know. But it just tripped me out that you can come down here and get some naive people who be like, just regular dumb people who never take their mind and think about nothing, and come up with a slang like, oh shit, we finna go out, we about to turn up, it's lit. You get somebody like me from these dimensions. That's just how we naturally talk, like literally. If something lit, it's lit literally in these dimensions. That's a bright ass star right there. Nigga, let's travel that motherfucker. That know where the party at. That know where the space and location that's vibrating frequencies the highest at. Let's follow. You see what I'm saying? But I come down here and say some shit like that, and y'all motherfuckers say I'm super. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Goddamn. That's why just my name in general and my music and my slang in general will correlate to all the slang. Will correlate to it. My music and the way I talk and how I even talk about videos and stuff will correlate to everything in life, correlate to everything, and correlate to all the slangs, and it would never not, because that's where the shit come from. The higher you go, the more you start to see the sense of the shit. Like when you coming down here, you talk about praising. I need to find a light. I need to go to church. I need to be in the presence of the Lord. If you thinking like that down here, up there you doing that literally. So you're getting in your vehicle, traveling to a sun or another type of planet just to sit in that source of light emitment. But in that realm of reality, it may look a lot down here like church, but up there it's like literally. That's what somewhere you go, and that's how you feed. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just everything you doing down here, literally. You know what I'm saying? Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.